Welcome back to Shane's DIY. Project I'm getting started on now is seeing if I can get this Scott's 1642 riding mower operational again. It ran when I parked it here, but it's been sitting here absorbing into the ground for a while. I had another tractor, GT5000 Craftsman, but I think I threw a rod or something in that, so the engine's dead right now. So I need to get some weeds cut around the property. It's getting pretty overgrown. I want to get this thing running. It's in a bit of a disarray here. This thing's cracking. I might just take that off so it doesn't crumble. Tires are flat. They hold there for a little while. I don't know. We'll see. The bearings are kind of crappy in them, but it drives around. They were like that when I got it. I picked this up from a guy for 50 bucks. He thought the transmission was bad in it, but it turns out just the linkage had something going on with it. I just had to get it reset. This little lever back here, I think, was disconnected or something, or can't remember. It's been a while, but I got the battery out of it. I've had it charging, so I need to get it hooked back up to the battery. The seat is garbage. This fuel valve, it's Briggs Stratton. It's a 698183 fuel shut off. I just got these off of Amazon. And this fuel line's pretty crusty, so I've got some new fuel line too. And this fuel hose kit is also Briggs Stratton. It says 5414 is the part number. You gotta watch out for black widows in here. And there could be some rabbits living in here, who knows? Rattlesnakes, scorpions. Fuel filter also has an arrow for flow. And the positive battery terminals broke off. Need to get a new ring terminal for that. Alright, it's got a new battery. Not new battery, but I've had it charging for a while. Fuel.
Fire extinguisher ready.
Open that. Fuels. See how many squirrels come flying out of it. Choke. Well, that battery's not going to do it. Give me a jumper pack. Hey. Nice. Jumper pack died. Had to get the jumper cables out. My jumper box ran out of juice. I think I might have to pull the spark plug out after it ran for a bit. I noticed down there in front of the exhaust pipe it was kind of moist. Let's see what we can do. Pop that spark plug out. Probably wet. Spark. That's no good. Most of the wire off the solenoid. Dang it. I gotta have this in there to plug the hole, but so I just broke that one off. I'll have to pick up a new solenoid. But well, it's not one thing, it's another. Sitting here with the car running, charging my battery. Heater hose blows out. Gotta be kidding me. Now one thing, it's another. Well, probably shouldn't let that run for much longer. Well, on the bright side, it didn't happen while we were driving around somewhere. That's good. Somebody didn't get stranded. Alright, it's been a few weeks since I was working on the lawnmower, and then my Expedition coolant line blew up. Just kind of bagged it for a while. I started looking for a rebuild kit because there's some seals. The seals on the bowl are shot on this one, and then I broke the solenoid while I was installing it. The wire just came off like flush with it, so pretty much almost impossible to repair that. So I got to looking for parts, and in the process of doing that, I found on Amazon you can get these brand new carburetors. I don't know how good they are. Some of them had good reviews, some bad, but it's the whole thing, complete with seals, a new solenoid. So you put a new solenoid on it, has new gaskets, brand new gasket set. I mean, the whole thing, pretty much an exact replica. Who knows? We'll see. But they're only like $20, $25, so for me, it was worth the shot to give it a try. So I'll hang on to this original one, assuming that is original. So it says Walbro, so that is an actual legit brand. So I mean, probably a higher quality carburetor, but heck, for me, totally worth it to give it a shot. I can drop this thing on there for $20 and get it running again. Let's do that. So anyway, let's go drop this on. Grab a battery out of my other tractor that's got a throwing rod or something. See if we can get this thing running. now that I got it running again, let me show you what I'm kind of planning for this thing. But it needs a couple of repairs. First, this front canopy thing, or the front hood, is got cracks all over it. Chunks missing. I don't have those chunks. And it's very brittle. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. I might just build it up with some fiberglass. See if I can get it strong enough again. Sand it down, maybe put a coat of paint on it, something. Mostly I just don't want it falling apart. And another thing that hole's caused, now the gas tank right where that hole is has gotten beat with the sun. So now I've got cracks in the tank. I'm gonna have to put some JB weld or epoxy or something over that and reinforce it so it doesn't crumble and fall apart. I got new coaster wheels for the front. This bracket is fine, a little bit bent from people smacking into it before me. So I've got a new wheel for that. We'll bend that bracket back. This side over here is actually got a big hole out of it. So I'm going to re-weld that. Looks like somebody's welded it at one point. It's got some chunky welds in there. But I'm going to reinforce that and build it back up. And I've got another wheel for this side, and I'll make a new bracket kind of like that off of that reinforcement, so I can put another wheel. What happens is, as I'm driving around, this thing just bulldozes into the dirt and pushes stuff around. So this is bent down. I need to bend that back up a little bit. And I think this is, I don't know if this is working right because it doesn't seem to go up and down properly up front. But anyway, once I get those wheels done, bend that back into shape so the thing will sit flatter. I think it'll mow better, but it does fine for the weeds. But having it just bulldoze all the weeds and stuff gets built up in here, and I'm a little concerned about all these weeds piling up in here and catching on fire or something. So anyway, I gotta do some work on the deck. I have a seat, which I'll show you here in a minute. And this is odd. I don't know what's going on here, but somebody at some point started chopping this out, and I don't know if they thought they were working on the transmission or something. They needed to cut the metal away. No idea what they were thinking, but I gotta re-weld this back together, maybe put a backing plate on it so that I can actually use this to pull stuff. Because right now it would just bend this bracket, I think, if I try to pull anything very heavy. So that needs a little attention. The seat is awful, just totally disintegrated. Let me show you what I've got for that. So a year or two ago, my folks at their they have a cabin that has a second story, and my mom uses a chairlift to go up and down it. And they were replacing the chairlift because it had some issues in the motor assembly. But I ended up with this chair, and I'm like, oh man, that would be sweet. So I got this for free. Cool chair. It's got, armrests and everything. I think this will be awesome. But I figure I can take the bracket off that other seat and somehow adapt this. Maybe even use this spindle here and have it be able to rotate. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, just if you need a seat for something, just keep your eyes open. You might find a seat in some more unorthodox place that you can get for free or really cheap. But this thing was en route to the junkyard before I snagged it. That's it for this episode. Just getting it running again and operational so I could use it. Thanks for watching. Keep staying tuned for the upgrade video where we fix the deck and re-weld some things and fix the gas tank. Thanks for watching.